It's a cold, rainy day in the town of Churchill. On the town's far side, a receding glacier crumbled the roads and flooded the quarry, causing the mining business to come to a halt and the town to be abandoned. So with no one around, nature took our place. Hello and welcome to episode 59, the award-winning Glacier Run. This overwhelmingly themed area was considered to be open in 2011, but planning began in 2005, and it wasn't completed until 2013. The foremost criteria was to replace the very outdated pinniped and polar bear areas with state-of-the-art homes. And that criteria succeeded, as a year later the zoo was awarded for the Glacier Run's excellence in design by the AZA. It was the Louisville Zoo's third attraction to win that award. Not only will this be a regular tour, but I will explain things in such specific detail that you won't believe how much of a purpose this exhibit has. The close encounters, the education, the mimicry, the never-before-thought-of elements, and the unforgettable views. All that will be part of one of your favorite tours. To save the best for last, I'll be starting from the left entrance, which sort of means I'll be working backwards based on when things opened. Just before the Glacier Run's path is a themed rustic outbuilding sitting on the outskirts of town. The inside gives off an industrial feel, and you can't miss the pure white snowy owls, who were added as the last phase of the Glacier Run in 2013. Okay, now welcome to the polar bear haven of the world. The sounds of waves, boats, and barks from sea lions are very inviting, but this calls just a little louder. Added in 2012, this is a unique home for a unique raptor. The Stellar Sea Eagle, found mainly in Far East Russia. I know that the Glacier Run has a North America theme, but these eagles have been spotted and scattered around the coast of Alaska. Their home here is over 50 feet tall, with fencing all gathered around a single tree. It's only noticeable if you walk in it. You'll see that it's two exhibits in one. The walkthrough portion has free-roaming magpies, mandarin ducks, and red-breasted geese. The back half, of course, is for the eagles. Though it may appear that they don't share the same space, there are actually small openings along the bottom that allows the waterfowl to crawl into eagle territory. We are now situated where the boreal forest meets the ocean, where this all began and where the action is. Welcome to the Sea Lion Watcher's Paradise. With waves crashing onto the dock and off the walls, immersion plays a big factor thanks to the wakes created by the animals. By rule, Watcher's Paradise has the potential to hold 14 pinnipeds and is currently home to, I want to say, 11. There's the smallest and the most adorable harbor seals, the surprisingly massive and active gray seals, and the usual but not lesser California sea lions. Surrounding the first viewing is amphitheater-style seating that can occupy 200 guests as they watch, not necessarily presentations you'd think of at first, but many times throughout the day, several keepers will spread the animals out and individually give them medical checkups, food, and good old-fashioned attention. So speaking of which, you can give them a bit of attention yourself at the other end. Here you can see just about the entire pool, 108,000 gallons of it. With the water's dark blue complexions from above, you'd think that this 3,500 square foot space would be very deep at some point, but you can see that it only gets to be about 8 feet at the deepest point. This illusion is caused by several tons of salt and brine to acclimate the pool to basically be seawater. Thanks to its open design and opportunities for interaction, depending on the day, the Watcher's Paradise may be the most memorable thing about your visit. It's time to get off the beach and go into town. Welcome to Churchill Canada, where bears and humans live in harmony. This is Main Street, otherwise known as a now abandoned mine town. I'll start you over on the right in what perhaps one of the oddest designs in any zoo. Without much activity in the last decade, this mine shaft is known to the locals as the Bear Alley. Is it necessarily a permanent display? Nope, it actually was designed to be a temporary home for rescued cubs. It has fulfilled that purpose several times, and now plays a part in the theming. An old Ford pickup truck was parked in the loading dock. Its cab is in public space, but the bed belongs to the bears. I don't know if it still works, but originally, the bears were attracted to sit in it thanks to ice that fell from the ceiling and onto the bed. Regardless, even without the ice, they still like to play along. Across the street is the Glacier Run's main event, the outdoor bear habitat. Even with more space for the bears, the animals still get close and offer an experience like no other. Thanks to the open design on the left side, the view and illusions are iconic and make the Glacier Run instantly recognizable, giving a very convincing impression that the bears and the sea lions share the same space. This exhibit, the largest in the attraction, is 9,000 square feet, a little narrow at the other half end, so you can follow them from several vantage points. The bears are provided with numerous enrichment opportunities. On any visit, you'll never fail to see the bears have some playtime. The greatest form of enrichment is their pool. As part of the theming or story of the Glacier Run, the back wall is a receding glacier that came and destroyed a prominent part of town. As part of that damage, it caused this mining quarry and office to be flooded. The pool has a shallow shelf that encompasses half the area, but then it drops to 14 feet deep, affording them the opportunity to dive. Though a lot of the times they're just doing it to retrieve things that made its way under the rocks. This flooded mining quarry is 88,000 gallons. Salt or freshwater, the filtration can make both. The viewing area is also a special feature as it is 2 stories and still allows you to see both land and water space from both levels. The glacier did more than just flood the quarry. On the other side of the town, most noticeable when you're heading out, as a continuation of the theme, warning signs block you from going any further along the road, as the glacier crumbled and collapsed it. But yes, it's still actually part of the habitat, and you'll find the bears inhabit the space. The main windows are angled perfectly and are close enough to the other exhibit, so the bears are able to see each other when in separate habitats. But Connect is looking for something else. Both the bear alley and the main habitat have loading docks and garage doors that were repurposed to be keeper to animal interactions and demonstrations. It's mostly where they're fed, but another keeper is always close by to teach you about the animals. The Louisville Zoo is currently home to 4 bears. First, there's the 3 grizzlies, a mother and her 2 cubs from Montana. Inga, the mother, kept raiding chicken coops, was caught in the act 3 times, and was trapped 3 times. And Montana has a 3-strike rule, and she was set up to be euthanized. So by the time Glacier Run opened, the Louisville Zoo welcomed all of them with open arms. Then there's Connect, with an Inuit name meaning snowflake. She was born in 2011 and rescued in Alaska a few months later. She took up residency at the Alaska Zoo first, and like the others, she too made it here in time for the Glacier Run's opening. So if you couldn't tell by now, the bears do rotate, and do it in the middle of the day in the public eye. So how? Well, in the main exhibit, the bears must first walk on the conveyor belt, go inside. They'll end up walking through the middle of the town on an old mine track nicknamed the Bear Walk. Bears from the main yard go from here to the inside on the right, while the bears from the bear alley can make the transfer and come over to the main side. If you've been following my tours, this is now the 4th exhibit at the Louisville Zoo we've come across that allows animals to walk over our heads. Though I didn't mention it, the Glacier Run's purpose is a little more in-depth than it replacing outdated exhibits. The very nature of the exhibit's design is based on the idea of humans learning to live in balance with wildlife that are adjusting to the changing dynamics of the Arctic. I've heard this story thread so many times on my zoo travels, but never before at other parks have I gotten this sense of comprehension and emotional connectedness caused by this place. The Louisville Zoo spent over $25 million to create such an experience, and they were most deserving of their award for excellence. Thank you for watching.